Welcome back to Case Closed, Anime Review, episode 97. This I'm reviewing the 987th episode of the anime, The Company Dissolution Page. Yep, starts off with Mori, Rand, and Conan just having dinner at this restaurant. Kind of looks like a hotel. They don't really explore very much. There for a while, they basically just have, I think they're there because Mori just wrapped up a case, possibly. So, then we hear something going on in another room, and it's apparently a company dissolution party. Apparently, this company, don't know what kind of company it is, they don't really say, though it involves some kind of web or whatever, and the company got sold off, despite the fact it was successful. Normally when companies get sold off, it's because they're not that successful. But apparently he wanted to start a new project. Okay, that's what the president wanted to do. And he made a decision, and apparently one of the employees basically was not happy. The company's called Chrono. What exactly the company did, they don't really say in the episode, and they're just celebrating it. And then of course, then one of the guys there gives the president a bouquet of flowers as a thank you, and then he sees like a picture, and he holds it to his face, and then he just collapses. Yep, it's found out that he actually was poisoned. And then the police were called. Immediately, where just Maguire and Takagi shows up. And of course, Mori just happened to be there because he was in the other room. He heard all the shouting. He may not have seen the death, but he was definitely there, so it's perfectly fine for him to be there. And of course, he does the thing where Conan basically points out about the puncture in his neck, which that's where the poison was. He does in fact get smacked in the head for supposedly interfering. Rand, of course, does nothing the whole episode. Yeah, quite usual for her a lot of the time, unless of course it's a canon story. A lot of the time, in this series, if it's not a canon story, if she shows up, what does she do? Absolutely frickin' nothing. And this one shows up a couple times in the background, doesn't do a lot of anything at all. Nope. Conan does some, but he overhears the interrogation of everybody there. They're all investigating some belongings. It turns out that the woman who was part of the group was the accountant. She actually dated the company president. They broke up because he fell off with somebody else, and it turns out he actually was genuinely fond of her work. Like, he found it very enjoyable. So, after getting everybody, they figure out, though, Mori obviously points out, though, it was the guy who gave him the bouquet who poisoned him. And he was actually right. Yep, he was right. And then, of course, they go to confront him. They can't find him. And then eventually they go back to the room where they investigate him. And he's dead. Apparently suicide. And then, after some more snooping by Conan, thinks it's a toy basically there. Yeah, he was given a toy by one of the employees. And turns out, nope, he didn't commit suicide, so he knocks out Mori. Yeah, I'm like, okay, so he knocks out Mori for this. Okay, fine. And then, of course, everyone's not exactly shocked to see that, Mori's already asleep, which, that's surprising. That's the first time I've seen the series, so apparently they're not all that, it's like, okay. And of course, Mori, it's normally it's like everyone's shocked to see, oh crap, it's a sleeping Mori. Here it's just like, it's like no reaction time. And of course, Conan as Mori explains that the marks on the guy's neck, which they thought was on by a wine napkin, nope. Turns out it was actually done. Now the thing is, 3 suspects. 2 of them had alibis. One was talking to Conan, the other one was talking to the female employee. And who obviously is the real killer? The woman. How? She apparently strangled him with her purse strap. Why? Because he insulted the company president, a man who he had killed. Yep, they confirmed that, yep, he was responsible. So, that's a shocker. Mori's actually correct. With who actually killed him. Who killed the company president, which it seems like that just basically just tosses the wayside. And of course she confesses that what she did, and it's possible she was arrested, and of course Mori wakes up like, okay, I guess everything's back to normal, walks off, and that's the episode. Wow, almost like, I kind of feel as though this one went by just way too quickly. Yes, that was the ultimate really big problem this episode, was its pacing. It was way too fast. Got great animation on it, which was really good. The So my overall biggest problem with the episode, the pacing. It went by way too quickly. Another problem with it is it didn't bother to explain what type of company these people were selling off. Maybe it's some computer company. I don't really know. They show the outside of the place briefly. The place is called Chrome. Aside from that, nothing is discussed with this company at all. And oh yeah, and why did the guy who killed the president what he did? Because he felt this would be used. Yep, and according to the female accountant, she says, oh yeah, she would love to work with the team again. And because the fact that, well, the company's been sold off, and the fact that the president said they can't do that. Also, the web designer, he basically was freelance. He apparently was doing something, so he doesn't know what he's going to do. He's going to be fine for the moment, but yeah, they don't really do much with these characters. It's almost like this episode was rushed to be put together just to meet a deadline. And that's what I kind of felt this episode. Is it a terrible episode? No. No, it isn't. It's not a terrible episode. It's just a nothing episode. It's just something just, oh, because it's the anime original, let's just basically make it where it's a completely pointless story, and let's have the pacing go by just way too quickly. That's what I kind of felt about this episode. Too fast pacing. Too much of it. And I didn't get a chance to see what the preview for next week was, but oh yeah, it's about feuding girls. Yeah, it also kind of looks like though that Sarita is coming back next week. That's what it looks like though from the preview. Yeah, didn't get much basically relates to what exactly is going to be happening for next week's episode. Yeah, it's not exactly fully there exactly what's going to be there. Aside from the fact these girls basically are fighting with each other, not really much else to say about it. It's nothing really there. Yeah, but not much to say about this episode. Just okay. Am I looking forward to watching the next episode? Yes. It doesn't look that much exciting to me. No, not really. It's called Feuding Girls. Yep. So yeah, that's it for this particular review. I got nothing much to say about this episode. So my next review is going to be a newest episode of One Piece, then Boruto, and then Black Clover. It'll be a string of 3 reviews I'm going to do in a row for that. And then of course I'm going to go back to Kaguya-sama Love is War. I'm hoping to finish these up tonight so I can just start new stuff tomorrow. Yep. So until you see the next video. Bye.